I'm Tammy Jones, and I am the 2014 U.S. Amateur Champion.
I'm Linda Wang, and I'm the 2017 U.S. Amateur Champion.
My name is Dana Aft, and I am the 2013 U.S. Amateur Champion.
My name is Kenneth Brisbane, and I am the 2014 U.S. Amateur Champion! Yes! Yeah, baby!
And we are back here at the Women's U.S. Amateur Championship at Strokers in Palm Harbor, Florida. Third round action about to kick off here. We've got our third round. We've got Rebecca Miller from Billings, Montana, and Marianne Merrill from Mooresville, North Carolina. On table 3. Again, this is a race to 5. It's a combination of 8-ball and 9-ball, up to 3 games of 8-ball, 6 games of 9-ball. We are still in the double elimination phase of this year's event. And unlike what it says on my card here, the winner of the coin toss is going to choose the break or the format. And I believe we've already had the toss. The winner was Rebecca Miller. And she has opted to, I believe, break, but we'll see here momentarily. Third round is well underway here at Strokers. I'm sorry, it looks like Marianne will have the break. Starting in the 8-ball set. A tough start there as she scratches in the corner pocket. And that'll bring Rebecca to the table. Hope you all are having a fantastic day. It is absolutely beautiful here. The Tampa area of Florida. The sun is out. The temperatures are warm. Nice breeze in the air and some great competition going on here at Strokers. Rebecca Miller at the table here. As we mentioned, Rebecca from Billings, Montana, came a long way for this year's event. She's been playing pool for 15 years. Started out as a substitute on a team and said she got hooked after that. So fails to pocket the ball there. We'll see Marianne return. She is from Mooresville, North Carolina. Been playing pool for 15 years. Sounds like she was playing some other more active sports. That was her term. Soccer, volleyball, and basketball before she had some injuries and decided to pick up playing pool. Credits Hall of Famer Kelly Fisher as an influence in her life as she surveys the table here. Plays with a Q-Tech. When she's shooting, also uses a Predator. Break cue, London Bridge. She finished as high as 7th and 8th in 2013 here at the U.S. Amateur Championship. So should be a good match. As we get settled in here. And I think we might be seeing, are we on the one-loss side in this third round? I'll have to look at CompuSport here. The first of the matches we've seen today that started in the 8-ball set. Typically the players choose the 9-ball rack for the most part first, but some like to change it up a little bit. Kim Ward says they call Marianne M&M. I like that, M&M. Murdoch, you taking over the controls here for Kara. My man Murdoch Loftus running the show for us. Maybe they can clear up whether it's Marianne or Marianne. Rebecca Miller here at the table. Little safety there. Trying to make things a little more difficult for Marianne. As she tries to find a path to that 8-ball. Again, this is the third round of the Women's U.S. Amateur Championship. Play will continue in this event through tomorrow. Men's event will kick off on Friday. We've got 48 ladies in this year's event. Well, she found the path to the 8-ball. Unfortunately, she did not send a ball to the rail after contact, so she gives ball in hand to Rebecca. We'll see if she can run some balls here. In this race to 5. Not a good start there. Unfortunately misses with ball in hand. Maybe some early round jitters. We've been seeing that a little bit as we've gotten into the day today. One of the things that we've talked about a little bit is kind of the unknown variable for this year's event, how much people have been able to play, where they've been playing, who they've been playing, whether they've been able to get on 9-foot tables. Of course, that's one of the other things that makes this event unique, at least in terms of APA competition. Most of our events held on the 7-foot tables, at least at our championship events, I should say. You know you don't have to be so quiet over there, Murdoch. Brought in some new team members this year to help us run the stream and kind of getting their feet wet, so Marianne with another opportunity to get on the board first. Unable to pocket the 8. Didn't really have much of a shot there. Gonna bring Rebecca back to the table. Going through the notes, learn a little bit about Rebecca. Rebecca prefers 9-ball. She wanted to give her shout out to Jerry and Chloe, the coolest kids ever. That's sweet, isn't it? plays with a Joss cue. And this is her first time at the U.S. Amateur Championship. You talk about some pressure. First time here, third round, and you are on the streaming table. So, opportunity for her to make some noise. She said her goal in coming here was just to have a good time and to play her best. So, now she has an opportunity to do that with the world watching, which is sometimes a little intimidating, but decides to play another safe there. Always good to see new faces at the U.S. Amateur Championship. A lot of familiar faces as well, but always good to see the new ones, the new blood. See some partial faces. Is that what you were doing with your finger over there? Some partial faces? Okay. Of course, all of our participants playing with masks this year. One of the many COVID protocols that have been put in place for this year's event to try to make sure we keep everybody healthy. Nice job there by Marianne to make legal contact with that 8 ball. Again, another opportunity here for Rebecca. Jeremy Jones back with us. How was the salad?
It was great.
Look at you eating healthy.
It was worth the wait.
Look at you eeating healthy, having a salad. I
I
know you wanted the Freddy shrimp.
I'm the healthiest eater during the day, but then at night, man, ooh.
When the sun goes down, you eat whatever you want, huh?
Yeah, it can get a little bad at times, but I told my wife I'm going to try and drop a few pounds on this trip. We'll see.
There you go.
All right, looks like we started off with 8 ball here.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Kind of you don't see that too often, but this is Rebecca Miller here, and she just leaves it short, but
I think that was pretty intended, actually.
makes things difficult again for Marianne. She's been on the 8 ball for a while here, and just Rebecca has gone into safety mode very well. As a matter of fact, she's made things very difficult and does it once again.
Take advantage of the situation, you know, when you have soldiers out there and they don't have any soldiers. Pretty easy to keep them kind of hemmed up. So she's going to take a chance. I think probably a lighter kick in the side is what she's going to try. She could call the corner maybe, but
trying to find that angle.
Yeah. This is difficult because she'd like to kick to this bottom cushion right here, but the 12's just got her cut off a little bit. So she may even swerve the cue ball a little or just add a little spin.
I was looking at that cue she's using, Jeremy. That's a Q-Tech Ebony. And I think she said, I don't know if she's got an extension on there. Does that look like a familiar one that you've seen?
I'd have to get another look at it.
Yeah, it's kind of a unique looking cue and super long. I'm guessing there's some kind of an extension on that thing.
Yeah, that's become a real popular thing in the game the last probably 10 or 15 years, I guess. See a couple of the top players playing with it. And all right, she needs some spin. She got it on there.
Beautiful.
Wow, what a hit. Now, she would have liked to have knocked the 8 a little bit more open just because that keeps pressure on her opponent to not leave a shot, but we'll see. Now, she's going to play it pretty conservative, just roll the 9 in and take the 12 or the 13 up the table. She's got to watch out, don't get too thin. So now she's got a tough shot. Now, one thing she can look at, though, is she can be a little aggressive with the cue ball here, Jason, going forward, trying to pocket this 13, because you can see the 8. Now, it is bankable, but not easy. Now she's going to elect to play another safety. She's just going to roll up behind the 13, opening up the 12 in the center of the table. Maybe even blocking that bank we were talking about.
She's patient for sure. She's,
Yeah.
you know, she's no reason to rush. She's been in defensive mode for the better part of this match.
Well, and you can sometimes, you know, you can implement a little frustration in your opponent with some of these safeties. So, yeah, that's definitely a Q-Tech. Looks like the same model I play with, to be honest with you. Now, that one doesn't have a wrap, it doesn't look like, but. So this is very tight going by the 13, is it? Or the 12, rather. And the 8's near the cushion, so look for a double kiss if she misses it, maybe.
That cue looks like it's got an extender on it, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it could be.
I mean, it just looks so long. It's hard for me to tell.
Yeah, I don't really see the extender, actually.
No?
But, you know, they make a little longer shaft, Q-Tech
Yeah.
does. Like I play with a 30-inch shaft, if you want it, and the Synergy, so. Now, no more time to really play safe with the 8 open, and nothing easy to play safe on, so we have to see a little more attacking.
Time to pocket some balls. Let's
That's
see
right.
here.
She's going to get close to her work. Is it going to develop? Ooh, not easy. She's got kind of a bank that kind of sits right there, kind of head on, but you would normally cut at this in the side. Cue ball is going to fall down to this bottom cushion and then come back up towards the 8. Can't help but make the cue ball move here. It's just too thin of a cut.
Marianne with finally an open shot, a chance to take a 1-0 lead. Again, this is a race to 5. First game of the 8-ball set. See 3 games of 8-ball. Oh, rattles that 8-ball in the corner.
Yeah, that's another thing, these ladies, you know, they know they're on the, what you'd call the TV table.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, as we go further, we talked about the people that have the most success are going to be on here the most, but some of these ladies may not be used to it as much, and so not only are they where they want to be,
Nice shot.
great shot here in the U.S. Amateurs, but now on the prime stage. So probably has to settle the nerves a little bit for that as well.
You know, the streaming's become so much more common, though. It's like I see these smaller tournaments now. There's somebody streaming, so, you know, sometimes these players have actually had a chance now to have played. Well, whether or not they have the kind of audience they get with an event like this is a little bit different. There's a difference between 400 people watching and 4 people watching, so
Yeah,
in terms of pressure, but
and build up, you know,
Yeah.
the build up to here is, you know, this is where all the ladies want to be when they think about this tournament. This is exactly the situation they want to be on, is on the main table. Now she's elected to play the bank, so this should have a little bit of speed on it. Just a little bit long.
all right. Opportunity for Marianne to right the ship a little bit. Another chance at this 8-ball.
And I believe this is winner's side because I watched.
I think 1-loss side.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think this is 1-loss
This
side
is one
now.
loss. Okay. Well, I didn't see the end of the
I
match.
believe so. I got to look. I was looking at CompuSport.
But I kind of
Marianne lost in the last round.
Okay. But she played pretty well. I don't know what the score was, but you know, you kind of tend to watch around in between
It's
games,
8-ball.
and
Yeah.
what I saw though, she was playing pretty well.
And then Rebecca. Let's see if I can find Rebecca on the bracket here. See what her story's been so far today. Well, I'm guessing. Yeah, so although the bracket is not quite updated, it looks like Rebecca lost her first round at 1 o'clock to Carla Cox and has moved to the one-loss side. So unfortunately for one of these ladies, the tournament's going to end pretty abruptly here in this third round.
Yeah, and when you have a 2-day event, you would certainly not love to have the setup to where you don't eliminate anybody in day
Right.
one, but with a 2-day event, some have to go in
Yep.
day one. That's just how it is.
Well, the good news is we are in Tampa, Florida, and it is about as gorgeous as it could be. So
Yeah.
you have the opportunity to hang around and watch some matches, or you got the opportunity to hit the beach and eat some seafood and enjoy the outside. So there are
Yeah.
worse places to go a couple and out, right?
That's right.
I'm sure you've been to some pool rooms where there's worse places to go 2 and out.
Yeah, absolutely. So it looks like
Marianne
she's
with the
aiming
break.
the second ball break here,
Yep.
shooting at the 12. Yeah, definitely a second ball break. She's lost the cue ball across the side.
It's interesting too, because that's the second break where she scratched on the break. She scratched the first break as well. I did not pay attention if she was going for that second ball, but
Well, generally,
we'll see if she makes some adjustments from here on out, because whatever she's doing, at least on the break, has not worked thus far.
yeah, that second ball break, you can't catch as much of that ball because the head ball's in the way. So you always have speed on the cue ball. That's always something you're giving up a little bit of the accuracy on, because the second ball break, you make balls a little bit more often. And also there's a little protection in the second ball break where if you don't make balls, there's usually a lot more congestion for your opponent to deal with. So a form of insurance is why a lot of people play that second ball break. They feel like if they don't make one, they're probably going to get back to the table, or at least more often than not. Okay, she's going to take the 2 in the side. Looks like the 3 goes as well. I'm looking at all the trouble here. She's got 3 other solids there that are pretty playable. That being the 4, 7, and 1. But you'll have to get at the 3, 5, and 6 here later in the rack.
If you're just joining us, this is live coverage of the Women's U.S. Amateur Championship from the one and only Strokers in Palm Harbor, Florida, just across the bay from Tampa. First day of competition here.
Nice shot. Adding a little side spin there. Actually carried a little further than she wanted. But now she's got somewhere to put her hand back there on that rail. So she's going to have to make a nice 1 ball in the corner and roll forward for the 3. The good thing is if she can hold just a little bit of angle on the 3, I think she can open up the 6. So it's all about making the 1 first. Like I said, just naturally go forward maybe a foot or so. Oh, nice shot. Nice shot. I don't know. She may have gotten a little straight here. We'll see. So it looks like she's going forward to get on the 5. Oh, hung the 3. Nice run, though.
You had a chance to look around back yet? You see all the people out there in the tent
I haven't
hanging out?
I haven't gone back
It's
yet.
nice
No,
back there.
yeah.
I feel like we should be broadcasting back there.
I'll tell you, the weather's awfully just about perfect. Now, is that going to get a rail? I don't know if that got a rail or not. I think cue ball, yeah.
Well,
Great sportsmanship there. Because that's
just hanging on.
Yeah, easy for her opponent to have thought she got a rail there with the 9, but she didn't.
Guess there's a little space on the
Yeah.
edge of that side pocket still. Tough to see from here, but yeah, you know, I lobbied for us to actually set up the broadcast booth outside for this, but they told me, you know, technically it was going to be too big of a challenge, but I thought that would have been pretty cool too, to be streaming out there in that tent.
No, that'd be awesome. It'd
But,
be like some former things I've seen in sports in the past where they're outside. I think we're supposed to have pretty clear rain till about Sunday or Monday. So
that's what I like to hear. I don't know that it's going to matter much to us since we're here in Strokers,
Yeah.
but, you know, I'm sure for those that are
well, I was thinking about
able
the
to get out and
outside
about,
broadcast. That would have been
it would have been
a
nice.
good forecast for that. But okay, so very smart here to take away this problem on the 6. Now it looks like she's going to draw back. All right, nice shot.
Rebecca plays with a Joss cue.
Joss been around 50 years almost. 45,
Wow,
50.
really?
Yeah, a long time. I think Joss, East and West, they were together originally, and then they split sometime in the 70s, I believe, a little bit before my time in the pool world. But so she's got an option here. Do I play the combo and lay the 5 up? Probably not. Probably make the 3 and just stay on the short side of the 5. And then the 8 goes in the side. This is where you can overthink it a little bit. Like, you know, you get a little worried in your head. Now maybe she's going to open up the 8 is what she's worried about. So she'll play the 5-3 and maybe open the 8 up. But that's the problem with playing the combination. If you had to shoot it with any speed, that 5 could get away from you. Completely understand where she was thinking, though, what she was thinking. She wanted to make that 8 a little easier. And now it's just about making a good hit. As long as you make a good hit, you don't have to call it. And this is where your opponent will have a big edge. Now the one solid is out in the open, but Marianne, she gets to where she doesn't like a position she's in. It's a lot easier to play safe when your opponent only has one of their balls left. So she'll probably try and get at the 15 if she can, maybe right now to break it open. And it looks like she's not wanting to take that chance. So she'll pocket the 11, use the 9 to come down table on these 3 stripes just below the spot. And I saw her doing a lot of shooting in her first match. Surprised that she came away with the loss. Usually when you're spending most of the time at the table, you come away with the victory. Now the 15 again is one she's going to want to open up. So we'll see if she can manufacture that breakout. She may end up just playing safe off the 15. We'll see. It's pretty good shape. Looks like she's taking on the combo. Nice shot. I'm not sure if anything developed, if the 10 goes by the 14 or not.
Kind of navigating the bracket here. Looks like the rounds are going to go until, got a 7 o'clock round tonight. Have anything later than that? No. The day's kind of cruising along. Already 3 o'clock.
Yeah. Just looking at that while having that little bit of lunch. All right, I'm not sure if she has a pocket here or not, or if she's just shaving this ball and playing safe, trying to come back up on those stripes. So a little bit of a thick hit, maybe a little light with the cue ball. She's still left her opponent, though, Rebecca, a very difficult long shot for the corner, and she's got to work the cue ball back for the 8 in the side. Okay, she's going to open the 15, which is the last thing she wanted to do, but can't really predict that on a miss. She's going for the shot, for the make, to try and get on the board here in this match. And now Marianne's not going to take any chances. She could bank at this and try and play a two-way as well. I think she'll just try and hold the ball, making sure not to give up any kind of play on the 5. Well, she let her see a little piece of it. So I think she's kind of forced to take the cut shot on here, Jason. We've seen her play safe a few times, but I don't really see. The thing about that is you're not leaving a straight-in shot. Maybe she did leave the 10, but you're probably still not going to come away with much of a shot because Marianne, she's a pretty experienced player, it looks like. She's not going to go for something that she's not too sure of. She'll just make sure she doesn't leave Rebecca much of a shot in return.
Mm-hmm.
So a little bit when you're in that situation, and you only have one ball and they have 3 or 4 or whatever it is like that, you got to be a little more aggressive usually. Now, nice shot. She felt confident there because you could see if she missed it, she was definitely giving up a shot to Rebecca.
As we mentioned a little earlier, one of these two ladies will be heading home. Well, not necessarily heading home, but exiting the tournament after this round with their second loss.
Okay, look for her to try and move the cue ball up to the center of the table here to play the 15 in the same pocket. Nice shot. Perfect cue ball. Absolutely
Very
perfect.
nice.
Yeah, she'll just have to stop the cue ball there for the 8 in the side.
Sarah wants more offense.
What's that?
She said too much defense. She wants to see more offense. I get that, though. I mean, you know.
Yeah, of course.
From a spectator view, but for these ladies, they want to win the match, so you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, and I
See if
think,
she can-
you know, you'll see more defense on the 8-ball side
Sure,
of things.
yeah.
So.
When we get to 9-ball, it'll open up a little bit.
I'll tell you what I'm impressed with, and I think it's like we talked about everything that's online, so much information, and getting to see so many different types of players play, and there's all kinds of awesome people on there with instruction or little tidbits of stuff, you know.
Mhm.
But look around the room, and man, every one of these ladies look like a pool player. I love it. I mean, you know, everything looks good though. The stroke looks good, stance looks good. You know, it looks like they're not just up there winging it. You know, people that really work harder on their games.
Marianne with a 2-0 lead in this race to 5. This will be the final game of the 8-ball set. 8-ball seems to have been good to her so far. Former champion Jason Richko stops by to say hello.
Mm-hmm.
One of the really strong local players here in the Tampa area. A lot of good pool players in this area.
Yeah, Florida's one of them states.
Yeah, that's a big state. A lot of people, right? But yeah, a lot
Yeah,
of
and
pool
they're,
playing talent in this particular area.
Those regional tours really help for your area. You know, Florida's always had. They had a men's kind of like semi-pro tour for a long time. They had a women's that was very successful for a long time, and so you get those people that play pool. It just leads towards more people playing pool. Same thing, Texas.
See, she made an adjustment with that break. She went
sure
with the lead
did.
ball there instead. Much nicer spread, but I don't think she pocketed anything there, did she?
No, not at all. And
So table's open and nice and open.
yeah, why not try something different? You, like you said, scratching the first two.
Yeah.
That's obviously the break she likes to use is the one she started with. That's normally what happens, but it's the last game of 8-ball, so why not change it up? We'll see. Rebecca looks like she's pretty confident in the stripes. She's got a pretty easy starter there with the 10 next. Oh, kind of let the cue ball get away from her a little bit, so maybe more like the 12 or possibly, what is it, the 14 that's up in the, now it's on the lower right part of your screen. She can make this though. She's got the 13 and 12 next. A little tap. There you go. Now she's gotten a little thin on this 13, so the cue ball's going to be running away a little bit. May even catch a piece of the 4 and move the 3 and 4 around, but she's got a 10 down table, so if it gets away from her, she still may have the 10. That being the cue ball, I mean. Oh, nice little kiss again. Now she wants the cue ball to slow down because the options are coming, you know, getting a little thin. She's got a gap on that 13, is it, again? But she's a little thin on the 10 as well. Still would like to shoot the 10 since you're down here with it already. Put a little speed on the cue ball here to get it kind of escaped up the table. That's perfect there. Now she's got the 11 in the side. Should have the, 11 in the corner, then 9 in the side. That'll lead her towards the 10 easily. She got a little on the wrong side of the 9, but she'll probably just ease it in, take the shot on the 10. Oh, that's a lot more angle than I thought it was. So she's got to be a little concerned and not only getting behind the 7 or something like that, but getting over top of the 7. Don't want to shoot anything jacked up in the air over a ball, especially if you're shooting the 10 from 6-7 feet away. Yeah, a little bit jacked up here, Jason, so not an easy shot. I think the angle tells me, though, she may come back kind of where the cue ball's at now in that direction, and the 8 does go by the 2 and the 3 in both of those lower corners. So first things first, making that 10.
Yeah, I feel like this is the first time we've really seen Rebecca, like her offensive side. It's it's been so much defense those first 2 games, and starting to really see her pocket some balls, get a little more comfortable.
Great shot there. I mean, the speed is off, and it's still going to work out. But man, she hit that pretty pure there, Jason. A lot of pressure in 8-ball though, Because you know, I mean, once you run 5 or 6 balls, if you don't get all the way out, you're a huge underdog to win the game. So you get down these situations, it's just a little more pressure, I think, than 9-ball. Or a different kind of pressure, let's say that. Now she's looking at the corner. And I think the corner is because she's worried about a scratch if she plays the 8 in the side. Okay, is the 8 going to help her out a little bit? Maybe block a pocket for a few of those balls, maybe? But this is really where Marianne, she kind of can determine what she wants to do and how aggressive she really wants to be. You know, she'll want to make a couple, you know, with some comfort, meaning don't take any chance on missing and giving up a shot. But she'll make some balls that where if she knows, hey, I'm still not giving up a shot, she'll try and clear a few.
Yeah.
And kind of see how things go from there.
Oh. Well.
The good thing is, you know, for Rebecca is, of course, you're in a bad spot, but you have a chance, though. I mean, maybe a kick shot, maybe a kick cut shot, jump shot, whatever it may be, but you do have a chance at the table at least. And, and that's the one situation that you'll see is a lot of people get very passive when they know they can play safe very easily on you. But again, they give you that one little chance or maybe another chance here in a moment to make a great shot and get on the board.
Well, Marianne will have ball in hand. Chance to do some damage here. Of course, she leads 2-0 in this race to 5.
And it depends on, you know, like with ball in hand here, you would go ahead and go behind the 3 if you're going to try and run out and play the, you know, take the ball in hand, advantage of ball in hand to get that position. But if you're not so convinced, hey, I'm going to try and run all the way out, well, the 3's kind of helping you cover the 8 up a little bit as well. So she's got to make a strategic decision here with ball in hand. So it should be the ball on the side now. Take the 6 away, and then she'll start to make the decision if I want to try and run all the way out or not. Oh, she's just removing the 6? No, she's playing the ball on the side. Well, she's going to have a little bit of a stretch there.
Again, this is Marianne Merrill at the table.
Where's she from, Jason? Maybe you mentioned it earlier while I was
She's
getting
out
a snack.
of Mooresville, North Carolina.
Oh, okay, so a few from North Carolina here.
Yeah, which is interesting because most of North Carolina has been shut down for the better part of the last 12 months.
So they can go beyond their state, right, to try and qualify?
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah, you can play in a preliminary outside of your state. A little easier to do, I guess, if you're in North Carolina as opposed to maybe California or somewhere like that.
Mm-hmm.
She specifically mentioned Kelly Fisher as a big influence in her pool career. Always interesting to see which of the professional caliber players the players, you know, relate to or find inspiration in.
Absolutely. Well, Kelly,
right.
who now going to be a Hall of Famer, right? So recently going to be or soon to be inducted into
Yeah,
the
well,
BCA
she would have been inducted
already.
last
Yeah,
year, but
yeah.
there was no induction ceremony, unfortunately, due to the pandemic. But she is on her way.
Yeah, what a great talent, Kelly Fisher. Wow.
I read a pretty interesting article recently. It was highlighting the snooker players that had come over and really kind of documented the rise of Allison and Karen Core, and then of course Kelly Fisher. And, you know, all started in the game of snooker, and found their way to the game of pool. You ever play any snooker?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
I played some back in the day when we used to go on the road. Of course, playing a lot of tournaments, but then a little bit of gambling in between. We played a little bit of snooker, and a lot of people don't realize that the old South, you know, like you caught Georgia, Mississippi, some of the Midwest. A lot of those small towns, a lot of them. That's what they play a lot of.
Snooker
believe it or
tables,
not.
huh?
Yeah. Like you see it a lot more in the country than you do in the bigger cities. Believe it.
Interesting.
Yeah. Never would have thought that.
Yeah.
But now we don't have the 6x12s like they play the professional tournaments to overseas.
Yeah.
In America, it's
Those
more of the
tables are
5x10s.
giants, yeah.
And that's just a commercial thing. Just hard to fit that many of them in a pool room. All right, so she take this on. Looks like she may be banking it, maybe cross corner, maybe. Trying to draw the cue ball back. Now we'll see. I think probably she plays safe here. Now she could go for the bank, but some of the safeties I saw her play earlier, she could just bump the bottom side of this, Rebecca could, and leave the cue ball behind the 8, making things very difficult for her opponent. I think that's what she's doing. Well, she let Marianne see the 3 ball. That was a little surprising. I thought it would be more of a snooker, but
Still trying to determine if it's Marianne or Marianne. They said they call her M&M.
okay, you can see no safety from here. She's got to go for this.
Oh,
Overcut it just a little bit. I'll tell you, she's left a cut shot, but not an easy one.
oh, pronounced Marianne.
Marianne, okay.
All right. That's a lot easier to say,
Yeah,
too.
I like that better.
Marianne, well, hopefully she goes back and watches this. She'll forgive us for mispronouncing it early on.
Okay, thin cut shot in the corner to get on the board for Rebecca. Oh, nice shot. So kind of starting to show some life there in game number 3. She made a nice run, played some smart shots, got on the board now. We're going to have 9 ball.
Mm-hmm. Up to 6 games at 9 ball. Depending on how things progress here. Rebecca will have the break as well. Another tight match. I mean, the last one, super tight match. This one appears to be following suit.
Yeah, it's one advantage, I think, or one good thing about the shorter races. You really can't turn your head. You have to pay attention as a spectator. It could be over quickly. And the other one is you have a lot of tight matches. That's just how it is. Start out tight at 0-0, and that's how they end up, it seems like. Now these two ladies agreed to use the wooden rack.
Yeah, it's my understanding that in terms of the template racks, like the Magic rack, they both have to agree to use it. If one prefers not use it, then they don't use it. So I don't know that they necessarily agreed to use the wooden rack, but they did not agree to use the template rack.
Right.
And for the reasons you mentioned in the last round, sometimes the higher up you go, you don't tend to like that because of the, really, it's almost too consistent, I guess.
It can be.
Becomes a little too easy to
can
do
be.
certain things.
And it looks like winter break here, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that again could make somebody, man, maybe I don't want to play with the template. Maybe I don't get to shoot much for a few games. So difficult situation here for Marianne. Like, where do you roll out to? You may see her take on the kick. The jump is doable, but man, that's a stretch across the table to be able to get elevated on the ball and be able to reach it to get over the 6. I think she's pulling the jump cue out, but I think when she gets back to it, if she still has the jump cue, she may see that, man, that's a tough one to get at. Doesn't take much before you're just a little too spread out. Now, she's still got it in her hand, the jump cue, so we'll see. It's not a hard jump, obviously, as far as the ones near the pocket. But you have to have a lot of elevation to get over the 6 quickly and get it down, right? So she may not even use a bridge here. All right, she did lay it down. Some of the ladies, you smaller hands, you need some height, right? So you'll see them actually be in the air with the bridge as well. Wow, what a shot. Great effort.
Oh, I thought that was going in there. It just kind of popped out.
Great effort.
I mean, it looked like it was right there.
She hit that with a lot of control as well, Jason. A lot of times when players have to get the cue ball up very quickly, you'll see them kind of overhit it, believe it or not. And so very good there by Marianne. Now Rebecca at the table. She's got a tough combo on the 1-8 she could shoot at. That's what she shot at. Wasn't easy.
Already our third match of the day. We will be streaming, I think, for the most part throughout the entire day. We might take that last round off to get ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow will be another long day.
Yeah, we're going to crown a lady tomorrow night. But it's going to start early, 9 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah. We got the guys coming in tomorrow to start registering. If any of the guys are tuning in, you'll be registering over at the Godfrey, which is the host hotel right there on the bay. Be able to register right there at the hotel, do a quick photo shoot with you, like we did with the ladies this morning. So come dressed to impress. Ball deep in the pocket there.
And Marianne's going to get a nice starter on the 1. And I could understand that. She was a little worried about the cue ball, Rebecca was, and kind of made her lose focus on the 1 maybe a little bit. The side pocket, that same 1 has not been nice to her in this game. She made one heck of a jump shot, it looked like. Had to go in at the beginning, but rattled. Now the 1 ball again rattled. Shot.
Pockets that 1 in the corner. Yeah, we talked about a lot of the great pool players in the Tampa area. I want to make sure we mention our good friend Jeanette Lee here in the Tampa area. And of course, most folks well aware the battle she's in right now. Diagnosed with stage 4 ovarian cancer in January, and has vowed to fight, and fight some more, as we would expect from the Black Widow.
Yeah, kind of her MO.
Absolutely.
No matter what
she's
she
been,
does.
She's been fighting her own body for pretty much her entire life in one form or another. So
Yeah.
we want to wish her well, and we let her know that we miss her. A lot of times she would stop by Strokers here at USAM, but probably not this year, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're all thinking of her, and
Absolutely. I know you did some some fundraising back there in Texas for her.
Yeah,
for
I was
her,
thinking of a way, kind of like something Jeanette might do for someone else, you
yeah,
know. And
did
she,
some lessons and stuff. And
yeah, I did
nice.
some, like 30-minute fun lessons, 2 different days at 2 different pool rooms in Dallas, just purely for donation, and everyone was great. Just happened to be one of the pool rooms was a juniors league going on, so I kind of felt right at home because I know Jeanette with the juniors, she loves that. And so everybody was just awesome, and then and Jeanette, she messaged me just thanking us so much, and
It's amazing to see how
she's working hard at
the
what
pool
she's got to do.
community
Oh yeah,
rallied around
Yeah.
her. I mean, really amazing.
yeah.
So,
And you and I have been fortunate enough to actually know Jeanette pretty well.
great
I know-
person.
oh man,
Great person.
and she's somebody that's just what I've always said about her is just somebody that's always looking to improve herself.
Yeah.
You know, and something we can all learn from. But she's not too happy at first, but this is going to work out. This is going to be a very makeable 3-4 combination in the side.
Yeah, the way she kind of pulled away from
Yeah.
the table, she looked really frustrated, but
Yeah, she caught the rail first a little bit. I think she was actually trying for the 3 in the corner, but turned out okay. Now, the 3 should get, if she makes it, should have the 3 in the corner by the 8 if she rolls this in lightly. Okay, decent. Nice shot. Kind of got on top of her work a little bit.
some folks asking about the mirroring on the camera. That has to do with the way the camera was hung this year.
Yeah, yeah.
Does throw you a little bit here and
Well,
there.
I
doesn't it?
noticed it with Tina. I think it was because I was like, whoa. I know Tina shoots. She's not lefty, right? She's
Right.
righty, and I'm looking at it. And it's kind of neat, though. I actually made a post not long ago, just thinking about it. I was like, what would sports be like if everyone was ambidextrous? I think that's something like that. I made a post.
Yeah.
Be pretty incredible to see Mahomes roll out and be able to use either hand, and
Yeah.
just thinking about different ways.
You
You know,
see it in baseball sometimes,
Yeah.
switch
Basketball,
hitters,
of course, yeah. Talk about sports they're already so fast, and they'd be really fast if they were agile and.
The pitcher could throw right-handed
Oh,
and
yeah,
left-handed.
lefty, yeah. What was the
There
guy?
was a guy a couple years ago, I think with the A's, the Oakland A's, had a
Abbott?
guy that could throw.
Oh
Well,
no, he
that's-
could do both. Yeah, Abbott,
Yeah.
Abbott was missing a limb. Actually,
Yeah, he was amazing too.
He
but,
was amazing.
I think it was Oakland that had a guy
Yeah,
that could
no,
throw.
there was.
And he had a glove that he could
Mhm.
put on the other. It was pretty wild. And I think he actually did it in games, didn't he? Didn't he?
No, I'm
like,
almost
turn around?
100%
Yeah.
he did. Yeah,
So there you go.
some interesting things going on in
Now
baseball.
this says Tina plays lefty, but is ambidextrous in pool.
Oh, okay.
So maybe.
No, she is lefty, and then I saw her on the camera
She's
righty,
righty,
and then I
okay.
was like, okay, yeah.
Maybe your eyes aren't deceiving you.
Been so busy, I just barely even realized that it's spring training for baseball. So
Yeah, right down the road from
Yeah.
us is the Phillies spring training site. I drove by yesterday after we set up here, and
yeah, the Yankees
Games
used to
were
be in
going
this
on.
area as well.
Yankees are down in Tampa. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're still there, right across from Raymond James Stadium.
Right.
Getting to be that time of year.
Yeah, my grandparents lived in Winter Haven for the
Yeah.
last 35 years of their life. So
Yeah, I know.
my
Winter
Astros
Haven.
were in Kissimmee.
Yep. I've been to a game down there, see the Cardinals play years
Mhm.
ago.
Yeah, when I used to go on the road playing pool, when I could, I tried to come to Florida during spring training because I loved catching some games.
Mhm.
But all right, looks like Marianne's starting to catch a little stroke here. We'll see what she can do on the 6. Can't tell if she's quite drawing it or trying to follow to the rail and up. Okay, just kind of stunned it to the end rail, looking for a little more. Yeah, that's what I see with most of these ladies, straight shooters. Really pocketing the ball well.
Oh, so Freddie Agnew, you know Freddie.
Yeah.
Maybe he's going to be here tomorrow. In fact, maybe we'll get him up here at some point tomorrow.
Yeah. Is he playing?
He's a great. No, I think I don't know if he's playing or if he's coming, but he said the Jays are going to play their season here. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, they're not going back.
They're not playing
Canada's
in Canada.
Still not open.
Yeah, so they're playing all season here.
Yeah, they finished.
That's interesting.
I think they finished the last part of last season. I'm not sure if it was here in Florida or somewhere else, but they definitely didn't finish the season in Canada last year. So.
Yeah, I don't think they played in Canada at all last year,
right,
did they?
Right.
Oh.
Well, yeah, it was spring training when everything hit. That's right.
Yeah.
Big shot to the upper left. It looks like she's taking it on.
Yeah, we'll see if as we get in tomorrow, I'm sure we'll pull in some guest commentary. Maybe Freddie will join us. I saw Richard Andrews running around here. He's always good.
Yeah, I think Freddie and I have actually done a match or two together before.
I think Raymond Linares is qualified for this event. So
yeah,
we'll
he
see
is.
Raymond at some point. He's always good on the mic as well if we get a chance. I know he's a busy guy, but.
Well, we got last time in 19 here. He got in the booth a couple matches with me. So,
yeah.
or
Raymond,
with us.
Raymond is very knowledgeable.
Yeah. He's back playing a lot, it looked like to me, too, or trying to.
Yeah. Looks like he's been playing a lot of straight pool from what I can tell on Facebook. He's really gotten into that. See how that impacts his performance here.
Well,
Raymond, another former U.S. amateur champion. I knew there was another one in that mix.
Straight pool, it's frustrating at first, but it usually does wonders for your game if you stick with it.
Freddie's not playing. He's just going to come hang out. So
okay.
maybe you can drag him up here at some point tomorrow. Do a round or two with you. I'll be back at the hotel doing the photo shoot most of the day. I'll try to get back here for the finals.
Nice shot. Looks like she's putting a little right spin to stay on the same side of the table she's on with the cue ball. She may go, yes, you see that little bit of spin. Actually killed the cue ball a little much. So now cutting the side or bank cross side.
Which one do you take here?
I mean, I always cut the ball in this situation unless it gets ridiculous on the cut.
The bank's just too big of a
risk
for
the
you.
bank's makeable, right? Yeah. But the thing is about tables, you switch all the time. Every table cuts the same. Not every table banks the same. So now if it's another 2-3 inches down, I'm banking it all day. But oh, she's looking at that corner. That looks a little extreme to me. I like the side, I think. But again, it doesn't take much to change, from what we see to what they see at the table. And there's nothing wrong with a little thought, and there's usually a good time to entertain maybe one or two things. But a lot of times you go back to what you saw first.
Mm-hmm.
Your gut kind of leans you, hey, this is what I'm comfortable with. This is what I see well. Just the one cut back in the corner looks like really, really thin. I don't think if she makes it, there's too much of an issue of a scratch, but now it looks like she's banking it cross side. Another one that should have a little steam on it.
Oh, just missed. Watch out.
That was the other alternative. You notice where she put the cue ball off the bank. The cut or the bank in the side. She could kind of put the cue ball down on this end rail. If she missed it, she may leave something tough, and that's exactly what's happened here. Makeable, but not easy.
Yeah, that was a that was a tough shot there.
Yeah.
Another chance for Marianne to take a 3-1 lead here in this race to 5. Sounds like they're starting to call the 4th round matches. As we move along here, Strokers in Palm Harbor, Florida.
Wow, smoked that one in.
Pockets that 9 in the corner. Puts her up 3-1. Needs 2 more games to advance. She'll have the break here. Curious to see what she does with her 9-ball break now.
Yeah, most of
Kind of made some adjustments there in the 8-ball. Let's see.
Yeah, she broke. I mean, she was comfortable breaking from the side rail on the 8-ball with the 2nd-ball break. Be surprised if she didn't use a side rail break for the 9-ball. So one of the most comfortable places, and you try to make the corner ball that way, and you also have a good chance to make the 1 on the side. So you see a lot of players, men or women, go that side rail a lot. Looks like a dry break, but not an easy position. Most likely a rollout situation. Well, that's the one rule I might change in the 9-ball, Jason, is no rollout. Always talking about improving situations for the break or after the break. I think no rollout's all right by me. I think you'll see a lot more great shots after the break, meaning, you know, taking on tough situations, kick shots, some flukes maybe, jump shots, whatever you want to call it, but you know, forcing the player's hands to make some great shots. I like that. There's a few areas that back in the day when I grew up playing, we go out of town. New Orleans was one of them where they didn't play rollout at all.
Yeah.
I think it was kind of exciting. Great hit there. Like just lightly playing the 1 back down, using the 2 as a safety maybe.
You got this for a minute? I'm gonna go eat something. Yes. Okay. You okay for a minute? Sorry.
Yeah, Jason's gonna step away for just a few minutes, finish this match. Marianne leading Rebecca 3-1. Oh, good effort there by Rebecca. Just again, she's played real well. It's just been a few things here and there that's cost her this 2-game deficit. And Marianne, now she's got a nice starter on the 1, 2 there, 3's near, up the table. Now she's got to hit this at a light speed if she's going to hit a high ball. And she's overcut it just a little bit. May get a little bit of a roll here. I'm not so sure that Rebecca can get at the 2. Now she's kicked really well and definitely got some knowledge for the game, so don't expect her to give up ball in hand here unless she jumped at it or something trying to make it. Or if she just kicked, I expect her to hit it. And maybe she can get a little sliver of this. No, it looks like she's going to the side rail. Doesn't want to hit underneath too much. She could scratch in the opposite corner like that right there. Okay, nice hit. Looks like she could make, excuse me, looks like she could make a kiss shot on the 4, coming off the right side of the 2. She's queuing down, though. She may be trying to play the bank and move the cue ball into the 9, maybe? Okay, she made the 2 off the back of the 4. She's got a shot on the 3. 4's over on the right side rail, so nothing easy. Definitely a lot of work. Nice shot. Now I think she may be able to stop the cue ball right there off the 4 and have a nice little alley between the 8 and 9 to get at the 5. And if so, that gives her a nice angle to come up for the 6 and the side. So big shot here on the 4. Again, I don't think she has to do much besides stop the cue ball. Is she going to cut at this, or is she just going to maybe roll the 4 forward and use the 7 as a blocker? Looks like she's cutting at it. Man, she's got a nice simple stroke, which is something I always like. Just barely missed that 4 on the side. Tough shot here. Not only the make, it's not too bad, but trying to gain position on the 5, that's the real issue. Great shot. Now is the cue ball going to move enough? Little light. Might even caught the little point by the side to slow it down a little bit. Looks like she must have a piece of this because she's not looking towards the rail to kick at it. Now the thing is, it's almost impossible to edge this on the far side and run the cue ball. Almost always looking at a scratch. No, she could get a lot of it and bank the ball away and try to play the cue ball behind the 8. Really nice cue ball. Just the 5 having to catch the point and leave Rebecca a little opportunity. She went for it. Watch out, cue ball. Play the 5 down long, follow for the 6 on the side. I'm not sure if the 7 goes by the 8. It's real tight, but it definitely goes by the 9 in the lower right. Okay. Should be good enough to go to the rail and follow out to the center of the table, I believe, anyways. A little upset falling short there. Well, she's taking it on to the left side of the table, our left side. Wow, great shot. Really nice. Now she's got the 8 in the side, it looks like, just to roll forward off of and have the 9 in the lower right-hand corner. Really nice shot on the 7. Had to draw the ball quite a bit to keep from scratching as well. Fall underneath the 8 for some type of short side position. Got to smooth this in kind of at this angle though. You don't want to hit this with too much speed going the side pocket. A nice shot. Now 4-1 for Marianne. This is a one-loss side match, so we're going to lose, unfortunately, one of these ladies here after this round. Both been very competitive. Score tells us it's a little bit on one side, but Marianne, you know, she's actually had her hands full here so far. Just a couple little mistakes, and it could be a tied ball game. One thing I missed about the players having to wear a mask, and that's definitely the right thing to do under the conditions we're in, is I always love the pool players' facial expressions. I'll tell you, it's a funny thing, and you can tell a lot of what they're thinking by it. None of that here this week, but okay, hit pretty square there. Made the 3 on the break. Has a nice shot on the 1 that leads easily to the 2. The 4 near the spot, the 5 over the left side. You can see Marianne could get going here with a nice shot on the 1 and coming down towards the 2, get kind of close to the 2, maybe around the middle of the table, something like that. So it's got a chance to finish this match off exactly how she'd like to with a break and run. I think a real opportunity here. All right, she's made the 1. little bit of distance on the 2, and she needs to at least hold the cue ball in that area where the 2's at. Maybe pull it back an inch or 2. Oh, there you go. Kind of got up off the shot a little quick there. Seen that a couple times here by Marianne. Just, you know, nerves are high. It's a huge event for these ladies and the men starting Friday. So just needs to stay down through the shot a little bit better, but overall still making them balls. Another one here. So again, she's got a great chance to clear the table. She'll want to come up above the 6 here, not want to move the cue ball too much. Just get kind of, you know, up above it, maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet above it, something like that. That's what the angle wants to do anyways. So a little light, if you want to draw it, or you can actually kind of roll it, just kind of light stun. That should be good enough. She's got a little angle to go the rail now. Come across, maybe get the cue ball kind of near the spot area, something like that. Just a nice high ball. So you got to watch out for the 9, of course. You can't overhit this. All right, that looks pretty perfect. She may get actually kind of too straight on this to move the cue ball easily. Now she can definitely cheat the pocket from here if she needs, whether that be with follow or a draw stroke. She can play underneath the 8 as well and play the 8 up long. The 9's close, so you don't have to move the cue ball much off the 8 to have good shape on the 9. That's what she was trying for. She went downward, so I think she's cutting it. I think, anyways. She may be banking it cross corner, but I think she's cutting it. Wow, good effort. Good effort. She's going to leave Rebecca a tough shot on the corner, boy, I tell you. This is a shot she may just try and make and take a little longer shot on the 9. She may elevate a hair and hit downward and try and draw this cue ball back. Either way, nothing easy. All right, good effort there. Nothing easy.
Ooh, still going strong, huh?
Yeah. Now Marianne at the table with long, tough 8.
I'm just talking to myself. I'm back just in time to see the drama unfold here.
Yeah,
huh?
Jason Bowman back with us, and Marianne's kind of picked it up a little bit. You know, she can tell she's feeling better. She's got a tough shot here on the 8, but she's made some nice ones here in the last 2 games. Now she needs to draw this. She made a heck of a shot earlier on a similar one here on this, I think it was the 7 getting to the 8. Wow, that same shot. Tell you what, she doesn't mind swinging at it a little bit, Jason.
Yeah.
She'll apply a little speed. really, Vanessa's played well. It's just been a couple shots, and then Marianne picking it up the last couple games here. Or did I say Vanessa? Excuse me, Rebecca.
Rebecca, yeah. Rebecca.
Oh, a little thick.
Just missed.
Yeah, so Rebecca's got life. Cue balls ended up on the rail, though. That's another thing, too, when Marianne has made a mistake or missed a shot. She really has left things tough for Rebecca. She's a little elevated, so kind of hitting downward on it, being off the rail. Great stroke.
Nice.
Real nice compact stroke, keeping
Draws
it simple.
within 2.
Yeah.
Not over yet.
Not by a long shot. Now, I would guess these are probably all one-loss side matches going on right now.
Yep. So like we mentioned, one of these two will be heading home. I was talking to a few ladies outside that are, well, they're out of the tournament, I should say. They're not exactly heading home. They said they're going to do a beach day tomorrow.
Okay.
Take advantage of, that's the nice thing about Tampa, like we said earlier.
Yeah.
If you're not in the pool room, there's plenty of great places to be.
Yep.
Especially in March.
I'm sure Busch Gardens is still here.
Busch Gardens is there.
I've been there in 30 years, maybe.
You've got some of the best beaches literally in the world right here in town. So many great restaurants and things.
Yeah, we were talking about one I went to a long time ago, a couple of times, Burns Steakhouse.
Oh,
you ever heard of that?
Of course.
Yeah. What a place that is.
Mm-hmm.
All right, a bit of a stretch for Marianne here. But she's got a nice look at the one. She's got to draw the cue ball back a little bit maybe to get to the 2. She could use follow as well. The 3's a little covered up by the 9. So definitely some work, even though a nice starter on the 1. Man, I just keep looking around at the rest of the room as well. A lot of talent I see. Just really a lot of girls playing well. Ladies, I guess I should say. She may have pinched it back behind the 4, so we may see the jump cue here. A little tougher to jump too when you're right next to the rail. Just kind of keeps the cue ball and the tip from getting in there on the cue ball where you really want to hit it.
There is? Why don't I see it on conference board? I don't see it anywhere.
So she made it one heck of a jump shot earlier, but like I said, a little tougher when you're on the rail. Tend to hit a little off on the cue ball. You could easily go into that 4. Oh, great hit. And she's going to get a little reward. Looks like it.
Yep.
Wow.
She likes that.
Yeah, now that's going to carry her for a nice shot on the 2 with easy position on the 3. Perfect speed there. She'll have to make a decision. Do I float this in? Do I run into the 6 a little bit? Do I draw past the side? Because there is a little angle. You'd like to think, man, drawing past the side is nothing, but if she goes forward and she doesn't rub the 6, she's going to have to hit it uber light to hold shape on the 6. Yeah. Wow. What's that hanging on to? She missed it a hair to the pocket, but I still thought it was going to go.
The breeze picks up in here, it might. Well, chance for Rebecca now to
Yeah.
pull within a game.
Well, that's another thing about the little bit shorter races. No matter the score, you're really never out of it.
Gonna use the bridge here.
That ball's deep, so it's hard to get it to come out of the pocket towards the 6 much. Not bad. Got to where she could at least cue the ball well. She's not landing on the rail.
Okay, so 7 is the last round.
Watch out, 7.
Well,
Yeah, Marianne's in a great spot now.
Yep.
6 in the corner, 7 in the corner, 8 over the side, which leads towards the 9. So she had a chance in the last to finish it up. Oh, squeaked that one in. She took a second glance at it when it left. I know that. Okay, this is where you pay attention not to get on the wrong side of the 8 because it's so easy, and it's easy to get on the wrong side as well. Okay, she should be pretty nice there. So just a little roll forward shot here, maybe a foot forward off the 8. Perfect.
well, Rebecca's run here at the USAM may be coming to an end here in just a moment. Marianne Merrill shooting on the 9 for the win here in this 3rd round. Just like that, she's moving on. Congratulations to Marianne.
Yeah.
And congratulations to Rebecca. I mean, making it here is no small
Absolutely.
chore.
She had to have won along the lines.
Absolutely.
It wasn't her day-to-day, but
Came
she'll
out
be
of-
back.
Came out of the preliminary there to make it all the way here to Tampa, so congratulations to her as well. And with that, we are going to take a short break, and then we will be back once again from here at Strokers in Palm Harbor, Florida. We appreciate all of you tuning in, and we will see you in just a little while.